Good morning, tie-dye family. I have a 100% cotton Hanes t-shirt turned inside out, center spots marked so that I can do sleeve in sleeve, centering. I have a new color from Dharma called Silver Lining. I'm going to see what it looks like in my friend Deanna's Feathers pattern. So this is a little bitty size medium. She's small, very small. Alright, take where you marked in the bottom, put that together, put your top together, give it a shake. I have to admit I'm kind of spoiled with the Gildan shirts. When you pick them up and shake them out, you can almost lay them down flat and not have wrinkles in them with one attempt. I've found other shirts aren't quite the same. This is a Hanes t-shirt. Quite a bit thinner than the Gildan. I'm tying this in the medallion pattern. You start that pattern just above the armpit, pinch a small amount and start twisting towards the hem of the garment. Mr. Tie-Dye is the first really good medallion that I saw. If you haven't checked out his work and you like tie-dye, you should check out his work. Working with the collar a bit as it goes into the spiral that is the medallion pattern. Then bringing in the tail of the shirt where it has nice pleats also. I'm going to put all of that in the green rubber bands. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you, veterans, those of you who have served. I appreciate the freedom that I enjoy in this country, and I know it's because of veterans. Praying that this Memorial Day finds you well. I was afraid I was going to have to redo this to start with, but looking at the back of the spiral, it looks fairly good. So I'm going to keep it the way it is and start on that side. I'll be back with you at the dye table. Alright, now I'm at the dye table and I have Deanna's shirt tied into a medallion. I'm going to mark out my lines through the center of the shirt. I'm going to use sodium alginate, which is a thickener, which is what keeps the white for me on this design. And I'm using the new Dharma color, Silver Lining. I'm excited to see what it looks like. These splits are hard to do since I'm going through the center of the shirt, but not the center of the spiral. I am cutting this into 8 pie pieces. Going to do every other one in Silver Lining and every opposite one then in sodium alginate. After looking at the mixed dye on the Silver Lining, I wonder if this shirt will be very different from the Gunmetal Gray. They look very similar in color when they're mixed. Alright, I'm putting on sodium alginate. So my white sections. Alright, let's see. I want both of those in gray. So go over one. And then start with sodium alginate. I put the sodium alginate on first. It blocks color from the sections that I don't want. And that's 1 teaspoon of sodium alginate to 1 cup of scalding hot water. Then I mix them with my immersion blender. You can't mix that by hand. It doesn't mix well. But the blender will take care of it. Now I'm squeezing it down into the folds. Then I'm going to skip a space and do the same thing over again. I apply the sodium alginate to both sides of my garment before beginning my tie-dye process. This, as I said before, blocks where I do not want dye. Almost done with the white section. Next, I'm ready to start with the silver lining. My new Dharma color. Here we go. I'm dyeing across the pie pieces in color. This looks very similar to gunmetal gray. I'm not sure if silver lining is going to be different than gunmetal gray. We're going to see though. Alright, then that has white, so we're going to do this section in gray. You notice I put more dye on the outside because the layers are thicker. And in the center, I don't want a puddle of color, so that I have nice crisp design. All right, I'm going to let that soak a minute. Turn it over, give the back another shot of color. Let it set for a couple of days, batching in the tote. I'll be back with the results.